Magandang hapon mga kaliga. Basketball na muna tayo sa ating pagpapatuloy ng Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. Coming to you live from the Cuneta Astrodome in Pasay City. We shall begin things with Eric Pili and the Marikina Shoe Masters, who are looking to get back into the winning column. Pili, by the way, has been on a roll, averaging 18 points in the last 5 games of the Shoe Masters. On the other end, JV De La Cruz hit the 3 game-winning free throws in their previous game against Manila. That's why these Tamaraws are so happy. They're also celebrating the birthday of Coach J.R. Kawaling today. So let's see if they can give him a very big birthday gift on his mark of 37 years in our beloved Earth. It is Mindoro versus Marikina, and then Manila will go up against Negros. And for our main event, the Pasay Voyagers will defend their home court against the Muntinlupa Cagers. Thank you for joining us, folks. This is Mixed Comments at your service alongside Juanito Gregorio, and our courtside reporter is Megan Cabrera. Juanito, the last time that we covered here in the MPBL, we saw that big-time victory of Mindoro versus Manila. After that game, they were shouting, "Bagong muka, bagong Mindoro." What say you about their rise?
Well, you can actually see the comfort, their joy in playing with each other. Kaya nakakatuwa panoorin itong Mindoro because you do know that they enjoy playing with each other and they are still not out of the woods. They're only 4 games behind the number 8. So let's see if they can have that one good last push here in the season.
After all, Mindoro has a fairly easy schedule moving forward. They will face one remaining team with a winning record, and that is Binyan. Now, before this game, Megan Cabrera gave us a theme, and that would be fouls for our outing. Megan, more of that.
Maraming salamat, Mig. So para nga sa Marikina, nung previous game nila, they had every intention of running it and playing it hard. And dahil nga doon, maraming fouls ang natawag sa kanila and they had to adjust. But for today, they want to stay aggressive pero malinis. Lalo na Coach Rizal really wants to utilize all of his players for today. Para naman sa Mindoro, 3 free throws nga ang nakapagpapanalo sa kanila. And JV De La Cruz says it's really a part of every game day and every training day. Kahit nga raw, bago mag-water break, meron munang make 5 or make 10 bago makainom para sure na nahahasa ang mga free throws nila. Mix and Coach Unito.
That is perfect discipline for these Mindoro Tamaraws. And by the way, that was only the 3rd game back of JV De La Cruz here in the MPBL. And those free throws were his first 3 free throws in his campaign. Congratulations to JV De La Cruz. But now, let us break down our team standings, beginning with the South Division.
Well, here, let's look at Mindoro. Here in the Southern Division. They're actually, we were talking about this earlier, they're only 4 games behind dito sa Negros, and Negros will be playing a big game later against Manila. So there is still a glimmer of hope para dito sa Mindoro if they want to be able to enter that playoff picture, but it has to be a smooth ride towards the last few games of the season.
Again, it's a very manageable schedule for them, so realistically speaking, they can qualify into the playoffs. On the other end, for the North,
well, here we see Marikina 6-14 dito sa ating Northern Division. The Northern Division is very stacked, but one thing we can say about Marikina is that these young guys are learning. 6-14 is actually pretty good. If you see the lineup of this team, they are very young, they are very hungry, and we're sure we're gonna see a lot more Marikina toward the next few seasons.
here's the problem for the Shoe Masters. Moving forward, they will only go up against teams with winning records. The team with the worst record that they will face would be Valenzuela, and you all know how tough Valenzuela is in our 6th campaign. So again, best of luck to Marikina. Let's talk about their previous outing. These Shoe Masters here in the MPBL lost versus Davao Occidental.
Well, here in their loss, they were really outpowered by the much more experienced Davao Occidental. You look at the numbers right here, almost the same numbers. They shot almost the same shots, even the efficiency was almost the same. Davao was more aggressive, getting 31 free throws, but it's the second chance points that really made the biggest difference. Plus 12 para dito sa Davao Occidental, and Marikina having that rebounding problem, giving a lot of second chance opportunities dito sa Davao Occidental. They were able to get that win in that last game.
Let's see if they can get back into the winning column in today's outing inside the Cuneta Astrodome. They will take on this red-hot Mindoro Tamaraw squad who have defeated the Quezon Huskers in Abra. And then recently, the victims were Greg Slaughter and Manila. That was the first loss of Greg Slaughter in his MPBL career.
Well, really a giant slayer itong Mindoro Tamaraw. We were talking about it in the last game. This team is built to beat the big teams, and we saw it in that last game. Mindoro was able to play terrific in that game, led by Ken Bono, of course, ito si JV De La Cruz, even Tete Teodoro chipped in, as well as JJ Caspe. Everybody really got into the shooting groove. 14 out of 41 in that last game. That 24 assists was also huge. Everybody getting a touch of that basketball. You never know. sino ang puputok para dito sa Mindoro, and we can expect another good game coming from the Tamaraws.
It's another set of heroes for them. Ken Bono with a big-time three-pointer. JV De La Cruz with 3 free throws to give them the victory. And that followed the best player of the game performance of Tete Teodoro. And of course, the great performance as well of JJ Caspe back in Abra. Now, they're full force once again inside the Cuneta Astrodome. Let's see if Mindoro can actually continue with their prowess. Let us now turn you over to Richard Campos.
Presented by Extreme here at the Cuneta Astrodome in Pasay City. Our first matchup is Marikina versus Mindoro. Now we get the starting lineups first. The Marikina Shoemasters. One guard number 0, Jetro Escoto. Small forward number 4, Jordan Santa Ana. Two guard number 22, RR Casajeros. Playing center number 41, Mong Basco. And at power forward number 77, Adzar Ujan. The head coach is Raisel Castro. Assistant coaches John Paul Basilan, Monroe Quesson, Fernando Bunyag, and JC Lim. The team managers Leo Correa and Doc Rianji Pioquinto. Team governor Reynaldo Punong Bayan. The team owner is Marikina City Honorable Councilor Elvis Tolentino. Now the starters for Mindoro Tamaraws. At forward number 81, Joseph Marquez. Also at forward number 23, Jordan Huerto. Playing center number 6, Lester Reyes. One guard number 12, JJ Caspe. The other guard number 21, your very own from Malibay, Pasay City, JB De La Cruz. The head coach is J.R. Kawaling. His assistants are Jensen Nutel, TJ Marquez, and Ricky Alcantara. The team manager, Rafael Joseph Martinez. And the team owner is Paula Oriental Mindoro, Honorable Mayor Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz. Referees for this ball game are crew chief Benjo Estroga.
We have our starting fives brought to you by Sports Max, powered by PlayMax, the official online entertainment partner of the MPBL. Win to the max. It's Jethro Escoto with RR Casajeros, Marlon Basco, Adzar Ujan, and Jordan Santa Ana for Marikina. And then for Mindoro, we have JJ Caspe, JV De La Cruz, Lester Reyes, Don Huerto, a homegrown, and Joseph Marquez. We thank you for joining us as we come to you live from the Cuneta Astrodome in Pasay City. This is Mix Gomez at your service alongside Juanito Gregorio and Megan Cabrera. We've talked about these Tamaraws as giant slayers in the past 2 weeks of the MPBL, but now they're back into facing a team that is pretty much manageable for them. The question is, can they handle things? Because as we know, Juanito, Marikina can be unpredictable.
Maybe this season, itong Mindoro yung ating giant slayers, but in our past seasons, Marikina has been able to beat a lot of tough teams because of the culture that's being played by Marikina. So we can expect a really good game to start our day.
We always talk about Marikina having produced a lot of great talents onto contenders now in the MPBL, including the likes of Kyle Tolentino and Zohoson, who are now with South Cotabato. Joe GDL is now with Pampanga.
Jason Opiso.
Yes, with the Quezon Huskers. But now it is Huerto, the homegrown, able to convert with a three-pointer to begin things. That is Don Jordan Huerto, who did not even see action in the previous game. It's a good way for him to introduce himself. As much as JJ Caspe has bannered that Mindoro homegrown flag, this is Escoto attacking and scoring.
And that's one thing you love about Escoto. This guy can drive both right and left and can finish with either hand. Very ambidextrous itong si Escoto.
That's a guy who has had a lot to prove to us. He didn't see much action back in his collegiate days. After all, in the UAAP, matindi ang point guard rotation.
That's right. Very, very deep. But that's why we have the MPBL, for them to be able to prove that they can play with the big boys.
And speaking of playing with the big boys, Jordan Huerto is off to a fantastic start. That guy is from Calapan Oriental, Mindoro. He actually studied tourism in Lyceum University. Let's see what else he can do. 5-2. 2 minutes gone by. JB De La Cruz. Balong Marquez onto Lester Reyes. Couple of San Juan role players who have transitioned onto these Tamaraws. JJ Caspe. 6 on the shot clock. Too strong on his pull-up. And here's Jordan Santa Ana. Fresh off of his ACL injury. A 3-pointer for Casajeros. Too strong.
Marikina, even though they're younger, you can expect the energy that will make a big difference here in this game. Nakikita natin every time that Mindoro misses or even turnover, Marikina is gonna try to outrun this Mindoro team.
Is a usual strategy for a youthful squad in the MPBL. But now, we turn you over to our youthful courtside reporter, Megan Cabrera.
Mig, si birthday boy Coach J.R. Kawaling shares na wala munang tinginan sa standings but finishing well is their main goal. Sabi nga niya, itong team na to binuo niya na ang kultura ay walang mag-iisa-isa. So everyone is family, going even beyond their brotherhood as players. Dahil nga raw sa CCF sila nag-e-ensayo after work, naglalaan sila ng oras para mag-Bible study, including also their other family members to enrich their bonds and syempre to really emphasize who they do it for. Migs and Coach Juanito.
You know, the Bible study route has been very successful in the MPBL.
That's true. That's true. A lot of teams are trying to use that strategy. Hindi lang for their emotional purposes. It's a bond between these players and so mukhang gumagana rin para sa kanila.
And I'm quite happy to hear a story about Bible studying outside of a team that's involved with Mark Yee.
Yes. That's right. Marky, is he one of the first na talagang sinimulan yung ganong kultura?
And it has spread across many teams already. This is Lester Reyes missing inside, but there was a foul called. Was it on the box out sequence?
You know, one thing we don't talk about dito sa Mindoro, very underrated aspect is how they swing that basketball. You know, we saw in their last game, they have 24 assists, and it's not really talked about how much these guys really love playing for each other.
Well, Coach J.R. Kawaling did tell us as well that here in Mindoro, the system is the star. You know, he implied that because he's a player himself. He knows what it's like to get into your mind. Ayaw naman natin na isipin na lang yung stats.
Yes,
that's why he implemented that triangle offense so that everybody would just think alongside each other on the court.
And it's very interesting because Coach JR did not really play a lot of triangle in his career. He came from FEU, semi-dribble drive offense, and the PBA. Also played for Raiko Toroman, which is not a triangle offense-based guy. Pero inaral talaga niya because he felt that this may be the best chance para sa kanyang team.
It has been working so far, even though he has some veterans like Tete Tudoro and Ken Bono. They have also sat on back seats as we have seen young guns blossom for them. The JJ Caspes, the JV De La Cruzes. And let's see if Don Huerto might actually be a new star in today's outing as he has already 5 points. Monk Basco unable to score. Rebound by Caspe. And here's JV De La Cruz. And just to clear it out to everybody, it's JV. Like how like the name of JV Marcelino. Ganun po ang spelling din. Jayvee for Mr. De La Cruz.
As we were confused last game kung JB ba o JV.
Yes. This is Lester Reyes misfiring. Rebound Jordan Santa Ana. Down the middle he goes. Santa Ana. He gets the bounce.
The open court will really be the advantage of Jordan Santa Ana. Let's remind everybody, he is coming off an injury. Pero pagbalik ni Jordan Santa Ana, same mindset, same aggressiveness, same skill. And we see right there, Jordan Santa Ana getting that 2-point fast break.
It's no joke recovering from an ACL injury. Even up to this day, Santa Ana has to go through therapy 3 times a week just to strengthen that knee. But he is looking good. And so far, it is 4-5 here inside the Cuneta Astrodome, almost halfway done in the opening frame. We have our fan of the game brought to you by Jinky Skin. There you have her. Looking beautiful, radiant at the sideline. And that's Miss Riza Fajardo, by the way, the wife of John Hamon. So it's Mrs. Hamon. That's how I should say it. So later on, they will witness Manila take on Negros, but now it is Marikina versus Mindoro. For our main event, the Pasay Voyagers will defend their home court against the Muntinlupa Cagers. Mindoro again trying to execute. Lester Reyes onto JV De La Cruz, onto his roller, 7 on the shot clock. How about that passing by the blue shirts? Inside they tried to go. Ball out of bounds with 1 second remaining.
Better defensive rotation being played by Marikina in that last play. No easy options para sa opensa nitong Mindoro.
It's 1.8 seconds remaining for these Tamaraws. Sideline inbound for Balong Marquez. Onto his cutter, that's tapped away by Landayan. 24 seconds on Mindoro.
A good read by Jomel Landayan on that last play. This guy's very quick. You know, one of the rising stars nitong Marikina, itong si Landayan, and he seems to be very young.
He is very hungry as he plays. Very animated as a pesky guy for the Shoe Masters. Back with Jordan Santa Ana. Onto Mong Basco. Too strong on his 3. Rebound Jordan. Santa Ana saw an opening. Now it's Azar Ujan pulling up. Short. Rebound Lester.
Those are good shots para dito sa Marikina. All wide open. Just could not get anything going here. Start here in the first quarter.
It's a low-scoring game so far. Over halfway done in the opening frame. Kint Ariar. Hand off to Tete Teodoro. Tete giving up onto De La Cruz. 5 on the shot clock. Screen by Lester. JV still at it. Kint. Quick pass that was beautifully read. And here's Jomel Landayan going to Eric Pili. Shooting and missing. There's a loose ball foul.
You gotta credit him si Landayan. His activity early on here in the first quarter is giving life para dito sa Marikina. Earlier, he was the one who got that swipe. Here, getting the second steal. Now getting an offensive rebound on their offensive end. So Landayan making the biggest change here.
He's truly perfecting his role for Marikina. Now, another role player has checked in. That's Brian Meca for Mindoro. This is his second game back in the MPBL after spending time with the Paula team. Caspe able to get that board off of the Jomel Landayan miss.
Very quiet first quarter we're having. Defensive-minded, both teams heading into this ball game. 5-4 the first 6 minutes of the game.
Now there's a charge. And Eric Pili tried to swipe the ball off of Meca's hands. Yeah, those are going to be techs.
Early on, wala magpapatalo. No, veteran versus young gun. Eric Pili really wants to show Brian Meca he is not scared of the veteran.
I wonder if something happened beforehand that triggered that.
There's just some physicality on that handoff, nagkatamaan. That's really a thing for the players. Gusto mong makuha agad yung bola to show dominance.
Yeah, but for you to keep on going at it.
Yeah.
That's why it wasn't a surprise that technical fouls were signaled. Eh, no, tuloy-tuloy lang sila.
And Brian Meca doesn't want to give the ball as well.
By the way, this happened right in front of the father of Eric Pili. He's right there behind the bench of Marikina. Brian Meca, welcome back. As I mentioned, he actually went up against the likes of Alex Cabagnot, Dwight Howard, DeMarcus Cousins, and Quinn Cook in the league that he played for with the Paula squad. Field goal story, a total of 4 out of 19.
So far, very slow.
Yeah, close to 25%. Eric Pili now responds.
But we saw that there are 5 more opportunities para dito sa Marikina. So their offensive rebounds are giving them a lot of second chance opportunities. And so far, that will give them the lead here in the first quarter.
We've also seen 3 turnovers now for Mindoro in this game. That could have been number 4 for them. They will have to cross that ball in 3 seconds. This 3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Eric Pili, by the way, he usually goes to our venue early, dripping sweat because of the hard work that he puts in with a couple of people that I will share to you and introduce to you guys later on. But now we proceed with our action. 5 on the shot clock. Kint Ariar. It's a turnover. That's number 4 for Mindoro. Landayan with his quickness. Basket and one.
Just so hard for you to catch itong si Jomel Landayan. Quick, pesky, and so far itong si Jomel Landayan is making the biggest difference here in this ball game. That just might be his 3rd steal of the game. Getting that basket, getting that foul, and more importantly, he's gonna get an end one here.
That fast break of the game is brought to you by Sports Max, powered by Play Max, the official online entertainment partner of the MPBL. Win to the max.
First 2 points for Jomel Landayan, but that just might be either his 2nd or 3rd steal of the ball game.
Number 2 to be exact. Although he could not convert from the line. Marikina has given us quite a run, by the way. Napako na ang Mindoro sa 5 puntos.
That's something Mindoro has to be able to answer. This is not a very young team, and they're going up against a Marikina team that is pesky, energetic, and just has full of life here in this ball game. And they want to spoil the birthday of Coach J.R. Kawaling today.
That was turnover number 5 for the Tamaros. The steal was obtained by Eric Pili. There you see the numbers. It is 11-5. 2 minutes remaining. Kint Ariar able to score. The dime came from Tete Teodoro. That ends the dry spell for the blue shirts. Jordan Santa Ana was fouled.
That was a quick 7-0 run before Mindoro was able to get a basket.
Now, Tete Teodoro will need some assistance. He's holding on to his right leg.
He's holding on to his calf area.
There you go. Quite awkward already for Tete. This guy, not Kint Ariar, Tete Teodoro, by the way, has already been nursing a foot injury. What do we call that again? Plantar fasciitis. And again, how is it like to play with plantar fasciitis?
No, you have to ask Coach Christian Luanzon, who is now actually having that same injury. And he medyo hirap siya maglakad. So if you're listening, Coach Chris, we do hope the best for you very soon at sana gumaling ka na. But it's very, very hard because the foot is really, really swollen and hirap gumalaw eh. Right? Unlike the other parts of the leg na medyo may ibang pwede mong i-adjust sa movement mo. Here in the sa plantar fasciitis, it really, really hurts. So most of the time, it really bothers you.
Just saw missed free throws. So we're back with Mindoro. Braille Meca giving it up to JJ Caspe, defended by Jomel Landayan. 100 seconds before the end of one. Caspe screened by Sompero. Jethro inside, no foul. Another turnover. Jomel Landayan ahead of the pack.
It's a good read from his teammate. Also good read coming from Jomel Landayan. He knew that he was at least a foot away from the defender, was able to recognize his speed, and was able to get that fast break.
We've seen 6 points already from Jomel Landayan in this game. 4 steals for these Marikina Shoe Masters. They're actually number 1 in the league in steals per game at 12 per outing. Jordan Rios, offensive rebound, no putback. Players working hard for that golden basketball, and it's Marlon Basco fouled by Mindoro.
Marlon Basco showing everybody age is just a number. Still diving for that basketball, showing the same heart as any of his young teammates would do. Let's watch that once again. Oh, sorry, that is the fast break from Jordan Santa Ana all the way to Jomel Landayan.
Landayan's points have come from the fast break, by the way. Now, CJ Charlesworth checks in. It's going to be free throws for Kuya Mong.
I want to know kung gaano kadisiplinado sa katawan to si Mong Basco.
Well, we do have Megan with us. Maybe she can talk to him later on in terms of the practices, the discipline that Mong Basco has for himself.
We've already heard the stories of Reynel Hugnatan. But Mong Basco, up there in age, but the effort, the intensity, the skill, even can play with the physicality of the best of them. Mong Basco talagang ingat na ingat ang kanyang katawan.
Pasco takes a well-deserved breather. Same goes to Joe Melandayan. Coach Rizal Castro did tell us as well that he plans on rotating the players of Marikina. With nothing to lose moving forward in our campaign, might as well give them the chance to perform as like a tryout for our next season. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Ariar onto the corner. That was another steal. Eric Pili is on the move. Eric Pili all the way. 2+1.
The youth of Marikina is off advantage here in this ball game. Getting a lot of steals. Really reading a lot of passing lanes. And once again, they get a steal and another fast break.
Eric Pili, by the way, has averaged 18 points in the last 5 games of Marikina. He has scored in double figures in all of those outings. Also 5 rebounds, 3 dimes, and 2 steals per game. Although he is unable to convert from the line.
Very bright future para dito sa Marikina itong si Pili. You know, as we were saying, every season Marikina has that one breakout star that eventually is able to really be one of the bigger stars here in the MPBL. And Pili may be that next guy up para dito sa Shoemasters.
In terms of numbers, it's him and Estacio delivering the goods in the past couple of outings for them. Unfortunately, Pili could not get that ball onto Escoto, and off of the turnover, there was a foul called. 4 seconds remaining.
What we started with a very slow ball game, Marikina all of a sudden turning it around.
17-7, sideline inbound for Jordan Rios. But before that, JV De La Cruz will come in. He replaces Brian Mecca. Four seconds to work with. But it seems like our referees will clear up something first.
Warning on the Mindoro Tamaraos number 21, JV De La Cruz, for violating the uniform protocol.
Hindi nakatuck in si JV sa kanyang pagpasok. Just a warning. Rios goes to Claude Kamit. 2 seconds, Kamit. Up and under. Sorry, miss. That could have been a big highlight for him.
That could have been a good drive. He was able to show the ball up, go down, and eventually go for a second throw there. But sayang, they will be ending the quarter only with 7 points. A very good defensive first quarter para sa Marikina Shoemasters.
We've seen 11 points off of turnovers for Marikina, off of 5 total steals. You did mention you're expecting them to run. That's what they did in the first 10 minutes, accompanied by the great defensive plays and the shooting as well of Eric Pili. Joe Melandayan is off to a great start with 6 points off of layups. On the other end, we saw a couple of bright spots for Mindoro, just not enough. More turnovers actually for them. It's a total of 7 turnovers against 3 assists and 3 field goals for the Tamaraos. This first quarter score is brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. Back inside the Cuneta Astrodome in Pasay City for Mindoro versus Marikina. So far, the Shoemasters are off to a fantastic start. 17-7 is the tally. We have our field goal story.
7 of 17 compared to only 3 of 12 para dito sa Mindoro Tamaraos. Puerto started out very strong for the Tamaraos, but after him getting hot, no one has really helped in para dito sa Mindoro.
So it's 5 points for Huerto and 2 points for Kint Ariar. That's it in terms of the scorers for Mindoro. And they just turned the ball over again, by the way. That's number 8 already for them. They have more turnovers than total points in this game.
The pressure of Marikina is really working here in this ball game. It's a rare turnover for the Shoemasters. And one guy I have not seen inside the court is actually Ken Bono.
Yeah.
He played terrific in that last game. He shot a very crucial 3 in the fourth quarter. So, we've yet to see kung papasok. But he is in uniform, itong si Ken Bono. So, let's see. Probably just a different game plan for Coach Jens and Coach Jer Kawaling.
Well, he's been nursing an ankle injury in the past couple of weeks. But it did not stop him versus Manila, to your point. So we shall wait and see. This is JV De La Cruz. Did not use the screen. De La Cruz with the leaner and the basket.
Good spacing on that last offense by Mindoro. They were able to get De La Cruz open via that screen.
And there's a miss by Escoto. And the ball went straight out of bounds. Let's see if that De La Cruz leaner will give them enough momentum moving forward. This guy felt like he was back in the final series that he played, in which he won MVP for the Polo squad, or the Pola squad, back in that Caloocan game versus Manila. JV, by the way, is back to his original home court. He used to play for the Pasay Voyagers, but he was just a bench warmer. He is used to this venue as they do practice here from time to time. And yet, it's another turnover for Mindoro.
And the slow game should be advantaged para dito sa Mindoro. But so far, even their half-court game, they are having a lot of turnovers. Already 9 in total for the Tamaraws. Not really a sight we're used to seeing, especially after beating a lot of big teams.
And just for reference, the team that turns the ball the most is Bataan. They average 16 per game. This is well on pace to surpass that. JV De La Cruz. They go to the corner. Jordan Rios. Turnover number 10.
Everything not working on the side of Mindoro here in the first quarter. That is their usual half-court setups. But even their foot is saying, and there's walang gagana talaga. But you know, it's still very early. We are in the second quarter. This is a team with a lot of veterans. I'm sure that they'll be able to adjust here in this ballgame.
Going out on a limb here, do you think this could be one of the effects of feeling very good about yourselves in the past 2 weeks, itong Mindoro?
Medyo. You've been playing terrific. You just beat 2 big teams. Not just big. They gave Quezon one of their first few losses. They were able to beat Manila with a Greg Slaughter. So you get into this game a little bit more comfortable. You look at Marikina, not a lot of big names. So medyo mas komportable ka na. But Marikina is a very hungry team. We know that from season to season. Hindi nagpapatalo tong Marikina, whoever they are facing. So this is already going to be a wake-up call para dito sa Mindoro. And this may be a 6-0 run, possibly a 7-0 run para dito sa Tamaraws.
It's Jetro Sombero able to score on the break. So now they're trying to give Marikina a taste of their own medicine from one end to the other. Jetro Sombero. By the way, he's not 100% as well. He's been dealing with a jumper's knee for the past couple of weeks.
A lot of injuries para dito sa Mindoro pala. Now, Tate Teodoro seems to be still hurt. Ken Bono, you were saying, is also hurt. Now, Jetro Sombero is also hurt.
Well, it is a long season after all. Megan Cabrera told us, by the way, that the injury to Tate in the first quarter was an ankle injury. So we'll wait and see if he can return. We'll hope for his return. It's been big time for the Tamaraws. But now they have trimmed the lead down to 3 points after being down by 10 points in the first quarter. So it's a 7-0 run to begin the second frame. That's a miss by Silas Zabale. Marikina has been scoreless for the last 3 minutes. And so, De La Cruz pulls up. Too strong. Rebound Ariar. Kint turning around and scoring.
You would always love the activity of Kit Ariar. He is an undersized big man. But because he knows his spots, because he knows where to be, this guy can get you a lot of rebounds and a lot of second chance opportunities.
That's a guy who learns from Coach J.R. Kawaling day in and day out, because he literally lives with him alongside Art De La Cruz and JJ Caspe. So minsan nga raw, nafe-feel nila na kumakain na nga lang sila, tinuturuan pa rin sila, ina-encourage ni Coach JR na mag-workout. But then again, it has worked for JJ Caspe and company.
Yun yung live and breathe basketball, literal.
It is a family after all, talking about these Mindoro Tamaraws, who by the way have surpassed their win total from last year. They already have 7 compared to Season 5's 6 wins for the Tamaraws. We have a timeout. Presenting the next 3 games of the Mindoro Tamaraws, they will take on Bacolod, Muntinlupa, and Bulacan. I've been saying it to you guys that they have a very manageable schedule moving forward. So this is game number 23 for them, which means they have 5 more.
5 more games.
5 na lang.
5 more games.
So it's these 3, Binyan, and 1 more team with a losing record. So it's one last push for JV De La Cruz and company to try to reach the playoffs, but the mindset implemented by Coach JR Kawaling is do not pressure yourselves, do not think about the schedule, still have that mindset of nothing to lose.
Yeah, so you have to take it 1 game at a time, 1 quarter at a time, 1 possession at a time. Just have to do everything right. And so far, they are doing the things right here. 9-0 run para dito sa Mindoro the past few minutes.
That has totally erased the 17-7 start of Marikina in this game. Now let's see where the baskets can come from for these Shoemasters who were able to exploit the fast break in the first frame, 10-0.
More than half their points came from their running. So here we're seeing a lot slower basketball, but finally Silas Abale able to break that spell, getting that 3.
That's one way to get over the hump. Silas Abale did not even play in the previous game, and yet here he is stepping up as one of the OG guards of Marikina. 20-16. Art Aquino. Sorry, I called him Art De La Cruz just a while ago. It's Art Patrick Aquino.
Art Aquino.
Shout out to Art De La Cruz, who we covered yesterday for Davao Occidental, as now Mindoro was able to score again.
May MPBL hangover pa si Migs, as well as we do have a lot of players.
Yeah. Oh, nice block by Jetro Sumbero. Able to contest Jordan Santa Ana, 2 players with knee injuries. So match lang ang dalawa.
Quits on that attack.
Baseline inbound.
I've been watching Jordan Santa Ana from his UST days to his NCAA days. This guy is never scared to attack that basketball. And that no-fear mentality of Jordan is the reason why he is being contacted by a lot of teams.
I had to ask him, yung spin move mo ba na papuntang kaliwa, fake left, going right, nagagawa mo pa? Sabi niya, oo naman, hindi pwedeng mawala yun. Imagine if he loses that move because of that knee injury.
Oh yeah. These players will always go back to their strengths, even with injuries.
Kint Ariar going to JV De La Cruz, leaning left. That's good. He's a tough shot maker.
Oh yes. Special to have dakas para dito kay JV De La Cruz, already with 4 points here in this ball game. But that jumper, even with a hand on his face, that is a shot that he can make.
In the 3 games of De La Cruz so far this season, he has averaged 15 points per game on very efficient splits, by the way. 49% from the 2-point area, 47% from the 3-point area, and 100% from the free throw line. Although JV is now down. Aquino, nice fake, 2 points. De La Cruz is shaken up, but he's now on his feet.
Oh, you don't want to see another injury para dito sa Mindoro. A lot of guys are not playing 100%. JV has been carrying this team, so you don't want him to go down.
22-20. Mindoro now has the advantage. This is their first lead since that 3-pointer of Huerto in the first quarter. That was their first basket. JV De La Cruz. On to JJ Caspe. Playing point guard for Mindoro. Kint Ariar. 9 on the shot clock. Inside they go. Nice cut. Sorry, miss for JJ.
Oh, you see the frustration of JJ Caspe. Just a little too deep. Itong si JJ on that last play.
And he's still frustrated about it. But one can feel for him. Zavale attacking. The feed onto Adzar. Ujan way short.
And that's a second air ball for Azar Ujan here in this ball game. Both coming from the mid-range. One from the right, one from the left. So far, he's not getting his rhythm here in the ball game.
De La Cruz on the other end. Short on his 3. 3 minutes and 19 before halftime. Jordan Santa Ana. On to Aaron Estacio. Misfiring. Rebound Caspe. Remember, a couple of games back, JJ Caspe had a triple-double in Pangasinan. He also played well versus Quezon Province. Had 13 points and 7 rebounds, aiding the best player of the game performance of Tete Godoro. No chase down there. It's a foul. 2+1 for Aaron Estacio.
For the first few minutes of the second quarter, Mindoro was able to take care of that basketball. But finally, another steal for Marikina. This is their game plan that actually gave them the lead early in the first quarter.
2 points on the fast break. The first 2 points as well for Aaron Estacio in this game. That guy has scored in double figures in the last 5 outings of Marikina. Same average as Eric Pili, 18 points per game, aided by 4 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals per game for the St. Clair star guard. So this guy is so busy, by the way, because St. Clair still joins a lot of leagues nowadays. Yung dalawa ni Ryan Sual para kay Coach Gino Manansala. We're happy to have him in the MPBL, and he has been blossoming. Now, Estacio will sit down. Mabalik dito si Joe Melandayan, who had 6 points in the opening frame. Art Aquino inbounding to JJ Caspe. This is JV De La Cruz. Lester Reyes. Hand off to JJ Caspe. Back to JV. Screen by Huerto. They pass it over to JJ Caspe. 2 seconds. Lester Reyes. One more feed. Aquino shoots. That's short. Offensive rebound.
Oh, lucky for Mindoro. They'll be able to get another opportunity.
De La Cruz. On to Aquino. They go to Lester Reyes. A lot of unselfishness here. But are they way too unselfish? Good thing is, Caspe was fouled.
Oh, that is the most frustrating foul. You play terrific defense for most of your shot clock. On the last second, you give up free throws.
Mong Basco will now check in. Returning for Marikina after starting in this game. Megan did acknowledge us, by the way. She will be asking Mong Basco later on kung ano kanyang regimen. I hope we would hear some similarities with how Mark Yee,
Yes. Reynel Hugnatan.
they take care of themselves. This free throw, by the way, is brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. But now, let's take this time to listen into Megan.
Migs, you were talking about Marlon Basco's regimen. Actually, it's mostly the same as younger players, involving extra work after training and good strength training with a focus on proper rest at rehab nga daw agad pag may iniindang injury. Now, nutrition-wise, pescatarian diet ang sinusunod niya. So, ang main protein source niya ay isda and he maximizes his vegetable intake. Kung nga raw magpo-pork siya, isang cheat day lang yon at kontrolado pa rin. Migs and Coach Juanito.
Your thoughts, Juanito, about that?
Oh, very lean. Very lean diet itong si Marlon Basco.
Alam mo, nagutom ako habang nagre-report si Megan kanina.
Pescatarian. Baka po may pwede magpadala sa amin ng fish dito. Willing naman po kami maging pescatarian ni Migs.
We just saw 2 points, by the way, from Eric Pili with another layup. So it's now 25-24 in the second quarter. Under 2 minutes to go. Eric Pili showing off. It was actually a feed from him, and it's Jordan Santa Ana. Oh, so I completely misread the situation. It was actually a putback from Pili off of the reverse miss by Jordan Santa Ana. Talaga pag iniisip mo na yung yung isda tsaka yung vegetable na pwedeng
kasalanan ni Marlon Basco to.
All right, we'll take a short break. Eric Pili versus Davao Occidental. Shot 17 times and he was able to convert 5 times. 13 points, 8 rebounds, 2 dimes, and 3 steals in total for him. There you see his father, that is Roderick Pili. You know, the pandemic actually helped him out because Pili wasn't able to finish his NCAA years with CSB. At some point, Pili was in bad condition. Tumaba yan. Si Eric, lumaki yan. Lumobo nung pandemic, but his father saw it as an opportunity to bond, makapag-balik loob sa basketball. So nakakapag-shooting sila all together. And even nowadays, sa mga games ni Eric, as you see his friend, by the way, that's Yuri. So it's Yuri and Daddy Roderick who help him out in terms of his extra work. Makikita mo yan si Eric, maaga sa mga venue natin, nagsushooting. Again, dripping sweat. At pinupulutan siya ni na Yuri at ni na Daddy Roderick ng bola.
You know, those are the stories that you just love hearing. You know, they just never give up. Well, sometimes, lalo na nung pandemic, it's really hard to think what's next. What's next? But they saw an opportunity to grow, to be able to try and get it going his career. And we see him right here, playing terrific here in the MPBL. So props para dito kay Pili.
Just so everybody knows, he lost 40 pounds. That's how big he was during the pandemic.
But he doesn't seem like he got fat. Alam mo,
Yeah.
his body is just lean and quick and just very, very athletic itong si Pili.
Now Eric Pili and Marikina will look to score on this next possession. We have 45 seconds to go before halftime. Back with him. This is Ajar Ujan shooting a 3. No good. Rebound, Balong Marquez.
Of the shots of Ajar still not coming in here in this ball game. 0 out of 3 for Ujan.
There's a 9-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. JV De La Cruz. Lester Reyes. Marquez back to Lester. Off to the left. 9 seconds, forward pass. Santa Ana. Good transition defense by Lester. 3 seconds. What's the call? There was a kick ball.
It's going to be a kick. So still one good opportunity para sa Marikina. And I think they still have a timeout. So coach will be able to try and draw up one last good play for them to be able to end this first half well.
Oh, these timeouts have been effective before already in the MPBL. Let's see if Coach Rizal can draw something good for his shoe masters. Babalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. We have 3 seconds remaining before halftime. Marikina has possession. Eric Pili will shoot. That was no good, but it was still a good look for him.
Simple and open, just could not go in. Sometimes it's the most simple plays that you need, but still, they'll be trooping over through the third quarter. Down 3 itong Marikina after starting it strong in the first quarter.
This halftime score is brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending. GameX.
Still here at the half. Still here at the half ng labanan ng Marikina at Mindoro at kasama ko ngayon, Mindoro team owner, Mayor Jennifer Ina Alegre Cruz. Mayor, how have you been enjoying the action so far, lalo na dun sa win streak na tinatry ipaglaban ng Mindoro?
Sobrang masaya. Pero this time, syempre, alam naman natin bola yan. Bilog yung bola. So, hindi natin alam yung next neto kung ano mangyayari sa after second half.
I know that you intend to keep Mindoro very competitive. Ano pang maaasahan natin sa kanila, lalo na sa mga paparating pang laro?
Alam ko talagang sobrang nilang pinaghahandaan yung 6 na games namin. Sobra silang nagpa-practice at yung camaraderie nandoon talaga. And nakikita ko yung samahan nila talagang intact para silang pamilya doon sa grupo namin. And I'm very much thankful sa mga players natin and sa mga coaches, syempre sa mga lahat ng nandun sa team namin. Sobra silang nagsasamahan ng sobra para lang din may panalo yung team natin.
Siyempre, Coach, nabanggit nyo na maraming sumusuporta. Ito na po yung pagkakataon nyo na batiin sila at pasalamatan sila.
Siyempre, sa lahat ng mga sponsors natin kay Congressman Panaligan, sa lahat ng mga sponsors, sa lahat ng mga taong tumutulong, sa lahat ng Mindoreños, maraming salamat po sa inyong panonood every time na may game ang Mindoro Tamaraws. Para po sa inyo ang laro na to.
Thank you so much. Best of luck to your team. More action when we return.
We are back inside the Cuneta Astrodome in Pasay City for Marikina versus Mindoro. So we've seen the extremes in this game so far. The first quarter was dominated by the Shoemasters. They ran and ran. That's why we're seeing a lot of points off of turnovers for them. On the other end, for Mindoro, how are they able to come back in this game?
Well, they played slower. They were able to rotate that basketball. They played much more physical, putting that ball inside. And they were able to recover to start that second quarter to make that run. But we look at the numbers right here. Mindoro much efficient on that shooting. 10 of 27 compared to 11 of 35. But more attempts para dito sa Marikina. Plus 8 more attempts. Rebounding plus 8 for Mindoro. But points off turnover and the fast break, that has really been the strength of Marikina here in this ball game, especially to start that first quarter for them to be able to get a double-digit lead.
Mindoro actually had 7 turnovers in the opening frame, and they only had 3 field goals in the first 10 minutes. Cheto Sombero and company were able to respond. Silas Sabali nagparamdam din in our first half alongside Joe Melandayan, who had 3 layups. Sombero, despite being bothered by that injury, he's looking good, and Mindoro is looking for their 3rd straight win. There's Eric Pili, who leads the way with 7 points. Joe Melandayan has 6. Estacio and Zabali combined for 6 as well. On the other end, Ken Bono hasn't been playing because of that ankle injury. Lately, Teodoro also went down with an ankle injury in the first quarter, but Kint Ariar is there to perform. He has 6. Sombero and Huerto combined for 10 as well for these Tamaraws. I had a conversation at halftime with Rodel Vayan. Tinanong ko siya, Rodel, what's causing all of these turnovers? And he said, andun yung gigil eh. Dahil nakaranas na kami ng mga malalaking panalo, syempre gusto namin tuloy-tuloy na. And sometimes, you know, you kind of get ahead of yourselves.
Yes.
And here they are. The good thing is, they have recovered already. And now, let's go to our courtside reporter, Megan Cabrera.
Migs, para sa Marikina, nung nag-run nga ang Mindoro, sabi nila, it's because they weren't able to utilize their open players. So for today, hahanapin nga daw yung mga open players, take the extra pass so everyone gains confidence. Sa Mindoro naman, talagang tuloy-tuloy lang at huwag magpapakampante. Sabi ni Coach, give themselves a chance to claim this game and hopefully makapag-pull away sila in the second half.
Thank you, Megan, for that. Now, for these Mindoro Tamaraws, they will deploy a couple of new people in this game. Rodel Vaigan only played 3 seconds in the first half, so this is like his first appearance if you think about it. Ken Bono is now in, so it's good to see him playing. He was clutch after all versus Manila, hitting a 3-pointer, his 6th actually, to trim the lead down to, was that 2 points in the previous game?
Yes.
Before the free throws made by JV De La Cruz. But Marikina opened up our second half with a bucket. Here is JJ Casbe, missing from 3. Rebound Mong Basco. Eric Pili will bring it down. It's Jetro Escoto. Azar Ujan going to Eric Pili. Given space. Back to Azar. Bounce pass. Pili. Fouled.
Could have been a nice give and go between Pili and Ujan, but just a little too deep para dito kay Pili. But he will go to the line for 2 free throws.
Now, a while ago, I talked about 2 very important people in the life of Eric Pili. He broke down his relationship with his father, Roderick, at na-mention ko si Yuri. There's actually more to that Yuri guy. Eric Pili, after his practices with Marikina, he literally goes to another place. Pinupuntahan niya si Yuri so that Yuri can help him out. Nag-1-on-1 sila together. Pinupulutan niya ng basketball itong si Eric Pili. You know, it's rare for us to, or it's common for us to hear people, you know, getting someone to help you out after practice. But usually, it's in the same venue. But for you to actually transfer venues, that's dedication for you.
And that is really an effect of someone super special to you. So kitang-kita naman natin na nandito pa, nanonood, or supporting itong si Pili. And you know, you gotta give props as well to Yuri.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure itong as you see a fast break right there, he would not be here without the help of his friend, itong si Yuri. And we actually have a lot of basketball players here in the MPBL who has that type of friend. I think Paul Desiderio also has that guy that he goes to, they train together. So, meron talagang mga special people, itong mga player na to, na tinutulungan sila in some way.
Rodel Vaigan might even have his own in Mindoro as a homegrown. He just hit the 3-pointer, by the way. 1.5 minutes gone by here in the third quarter. Eric Pili escapes and scores.
Wow, that drive was just so calm. Not even the quickest, but just the right angle for him to be able to get one step in and eventually that layup.
Pili is now in double figures, the first guy to achieve so in this matchup. The lead is 8 for Marikina. JJ Caspe is fouled. Basket and 1.
So finish para dito kay JJ Caspe. We have not seen a lot of baskets. We have not seen a lot of attempts. He has not been that aggressive. But here in the third quarter, everything may change para dito kay JJ Caspe.
This fast break of the game is brought to you by SportsMax, powered by PlayMax, the official online entertainment partner of the MPBL. Win to the max. Eric Pili now with 10 points in this game. So this is the 6th straight game that he has reached double figures. There he is, following the conversion of JJ Caspe. Codinera now checks in for Marikina. That is Jude Codinera. Casajeros fouled.
Everybody in blue not happy with that call.
It's called on Caspe.
Push from the back dito kay JJ Caspe, but that will hurt because that will be the third foul of JJ Caspe. He has not been scoring a lot, but he has been producing in all the other aspects. 4 rebounds and 4 assists para dito kay JJ. So much needed player for Mindoro. So let's see if he will be given extra minutes even with 3 fouls.
Usually matatanggap mo pa yung tatlo in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Pag-apat na yan, halos automatic na ilalabas ka na.
But usually you want to save it up for the start of the fourth quarter. So that is exactly what they're going to do here. They'll be trying to save up the last 2 fouls of JJ, probably on the latter part of the third or early in the fourth.
Here's Rodel Vaigan. This is Rodel. No, not Rodel Vaigan. This is JV De La Cruz now with the basketball. Defended by Jethro Escoto. De La Cruz. He loves that pull-up. Just short with it. Forward pass. Escoto, 1-on-1. He hung in the air and then he scored.
We were talking about that finish early in the first quarter. He showed us that right-hand finish. Now he's showing that left-hand finish. And Escoto can really use both hands on that play. Let's watch that again. After the rebound, he saw that he had that foot speed advantage. Running over, getting that fast break even with the tough defense by Rodel Vaigan.
That's 19 fast break points now in this game for these Marikina Shoe Masters. That was the instruction all along to run in this game because they do know that Mindoro loves to play it slower compared to them. It is now 39-30. This fan of the game is brought to you by Jinky Skin. There you have them. Looking flawless at the sideline. Sama mo na rin si Mami dun sa kanang bahagi. We are thankful for their presence inside the Cuneta Astrodome as we continue our MPBL 6th season action. This is Mix Gomez at your service alongside Juanito Gregorio, and our courtside reporter is Megan Cabrera. We have some clarity going on. It's where Mindoro will inbound. So, baseline it is for Jordan Rios. Which meant that he can move, by the way. Can't do that at the sideline. De La Cruz gives it up. Lester Reyes onto Jordan. Shot clock at 10. Rios. Rodel Vaigan. Jump shot. Off to the right, rebound, Mong Basco.
Offensive struggles has been really seen dito sa Mindoro. They're not as efficient offensively here in this ballgame.
Mong Basco on the other end, showing us some efficiency.
Modern day stretch 5. Mong Basco doing it from the screen, now doing it off the catch.
And again, what's the key? fish and vegetables for Mong Basco. As Kint Ariar scores on the other end. And by the way, we can't just gloss over what Megan said na yung workout regimen ni Mong Basco ay hindi pattern kina Marquis. It's patterned with the young guns
Yes.
of Marikina.
Minsan
Not a
mahahawa ka
joke.
talaga eh. Mahahawa ka. If you're playing with a lot of young guns, even you will also get that energy.
Nakababata nga raw. Sinasabi ng mga veterano natin dito sa ating liga. Now there's a foul called on that fast break opportunity. But first we have our 3-point shot brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Mong Basco. That guy is capable of hitting 5 threes in a game, by the way. Mong Basco in this game. Let me see his tally. 8 points, 2 threes, 50% from downtown.
You just gotta love how he adjusted his game to the modern era of basketball. We knew this guy as a very physical guy. This guy used to dunk back in his day. But now, because he knows the importance of the three, is able to cope very well dito sa ating modern day.
I even heard a comparison between him and Michael Cañete in terms of the movement.
Actually, a very good comparison. I never thought of that, but that is a very good comparison.
Sideline inbound for JV De La Cruz. Kint Ariar, no handoff there. 4 minutes gone by in the third. Rios to JV, he fires. That's way short.
They really try and create this elevator screen para kay JV De La Cruz for him to be able to get slightly open. He has gotten one drive off the delayed help, but so far from the 3-point line, he is 0 out of 3 from that play.
4 points so far for JV. Cordillera could not score on the other end. Ariar now with the basketball. Ariar spins. Nice escape. That looked good for a power
Oh, yeah.
forward.
I got surprised with that spin. I have never seen him do that move from his collegiate days to here. But we do know that he has handles, can put the ball on the floor. But something that creative, meron palang ganyan si Kint Ariar.
Maybe that's one of the things that he learned from Coach J.R. Kawaling after all.
Araw-araw ba naman sila magkasama?
Again, this is the 37th birthday of J.R. Kawaling. That is today. So these Tamaraws would want to give a birthday gift to him, but they're still down by 8 points after that conversion. I just had to let you guys hear that defense chant by a certain individual inside the Cuneta Astrodome. Isang tao lang po siya, and yet he's so loud.
Malaki po ang Cuneta, just to share with everyone, but we are hearing this one person.
JV De La Cruz. The pull-up. Oh, that was way off again for JV. I did argue that this is supposed to be some kind of a home for him.
Oh yeah. And I was excited because we covered that 25-point game of JV De La Cruz. I was saying that this guy is next as one of the biggest stars in the MPBL, but it's sort of a struggle in this ball game. But you still see the green light. Makikita mo yung tiwala na binibigay ng coaching staff. He is missing a lot, but he still has the go signal to be able to take a lot of shots.
Although to your argument about consistency, that is one of our points as to how you can determine a star here in this league. Baseline inbound for JV. Up top they go to Rodel Vaigan, who lost the ball momentarily. Halfway done in the third. Mindoro still down by 8. 7 on the shot clock. That is a turnover. Bounce pass, Eric Pili on the break.
And who started that fast break once again? It's the pesky guard in Jomel Landayan, making that tap to Jordan Santa Ana, eventually giving it to Pili for that fast break layup.
Pili now has 14 points in this game. That was turnover number 13 for Mindoro. They have the same number of turnovers and field goals made. Back with Eric Pili. No good on his layup. Sa kabila, Kint Ariar. Behind the back, Rodel Vaigan. Led by Landayan, cross court to JV. He fires again, short.
0 out of 4 from his last 4 attempts. And automatically, if they are missing, someone is bound to be running para dito sa Marikina. When you see the duo of Jordan Santa Ana and Jomel Landayan, you are just so sure that these guys are bound to run back and forth.
It's the battle of paces in this matchup. Rodel Vaigan fouled. It is a common thing to see, by the way, that he would get fouled from downtown because of that ultimate jump shot of his. But
Feeling ko dito kay Rodel Vaigan, there has to be a higher level of jump shot. It's a jumper shot because of how high he jumps on that 3-point line.
I thought Eric Pidi was going to challenge that foul, but
It's a clear foul on our angle. I think it really hit the arm.
and the light did not go on. There it is. The challenge light has yellowed up. It's 3 free throws after all. It's being challenged. So let's let our referees decide on this one.
The challenge made by Marikina Shoe Masters is unsuccessful.
It is a foul after all.
That's a clear hit on the
Yeah.
left arm of Rodel Vaigan. But it's so hard to not foul Rodel Vaigan.
Okay, so it's 3 gimmies for Rodel Vaigan. So he's seen a lot more action in the second half. That's 6 minutes played already in this third quarter as compared to his 3 seconds in the first 20 minutes of this matchup. Free throw story, that was the first miss of Mindoro. We have been mentioning about their offensive struggles in this quarter. There you see the birthday boy, Coach J.R. Kawaling, who's younger than Ken Bono, by the way. Although it's good to see that Bono has really bought into this culture of Mindoro. Technically, he's listed as a coach as well, kung si Ken Bono.
Playing coach pala.
Nung game na wala sina Coach Jens Nutel and Coach J.R. Kawaling, Bono was listed as the head coach.
It's good to see that we have guys that are already being built up as our next coaches here. Of course, playing basketball is not forever, but coaching, you can really have a long career.
Bono last year was an assistant to Bicol as well, as Aaron Estacio was able to make a 3-pointer. He hasn't seen much action in this game, although it still is 6 points already for Aaron.
The quality minutes, every time Aaron Estacio is put inside the court, this guy can produce.
And he shoots the ball at a 46% clip. That's number 7 in the entire MPBL in terms of efficiency. JJ Caspe answers back on the other end.
Much needed basket para dito sa Mindoro. And they are now going to risk JJ Caspe with 3 fouls towards the rest of the third quarter. 3 minutes still remaining here, but he has to be careful defensively.
Eric Pili. A 3-pointer with a smile on his face. That was short. Ball rebounded by Lester Reyes.
Opportunity for Mindoro to cut this into single digits and probably try to go for a run.
That was a bit too pesky by Jomel Landayan. Let's see this basket by JJ Caspe. It seems like the game has slowed down for him this season, which is the ultimate sign of maturity, by the way. Caspe hasn't missed from the line. All right, 4 out of 4.
It gets scary pag nababanggit na yun. It has come to a point that when you say something about the free throw, now you breathe in. Okay, pumasok.
It is 9 out of 10 free throw shooting, make it 10 out of 11 for Mindoro. Now, Evangelista returns alongside Casajeros for the Marikina Shoemasters. Everybody except Mel Mabigat hasn't played, although Mabigat actually is not expected to play in this game. So we can say that everybody has played for them.
Well, that was the game plan, right? To be able to try and give opportunity to everyone. That is already their game plan. Give experience and exposure to the young guns. That is exactly what these guys are doing. They're trying to take advantage of the opportunity.
It's back-to-back fouls though on John Melandayan, so we're back to free throws for JJ Caspe.
You see the aggressiveness of Mindoro the past few plays. Marikina is going to play a little bit shorter, putting Casajeros at that 4 position. Not really his usual comfort zone. So nakikita ng Mindoro, there is an opportunity to attack, and this is going to be the third and fourth straight free throws for the Tamaraws here.
Does this just really tell you that Marikina wants to run?
Yes.
Casajeros, Estacio, Santa Ana, and Landayan.
That is perfectly the game plan. You already saw Casajeros, not even 10 seconds into the ballgame, gets the ball, 2 versus 2, tries to run it right away, just was a miss.
Caspe able to convert on his first free throw. He still is perfect. 10, 4, and 4 for his numbers. Make it 11, 4, and 4. Full court pressure defense. Ooh, that's a foul by Jordan Rios.
Just a little late on the slide. Itong si Jordan Rios, an obvious foul there.
On the other end, this is a tall lineup for Mindoro. They have Caspe at the point guard position. Rios is the 2. Balong Marquez is the 3. And then they have Reyes and Ariar at the 4 and 5.
Exactly. They're trying to counter the speed with height.
It's a miss by Marikina, and we're back with Mindoro. 49-42. 2 minutes and change in the third. Ariar going to Caspe. Kick out Rios for 3. Too strong. Ball tapped and recovered by... Great effort by Ariar and Estacio. Aaron then lost it to Lester Reyes. It's Caspe feeding. Reyes, another miss. And there's the putback by Kit.
And that is the advantage of Mindoro here in this quarter. They're much taller, they're much longer. And that was 3 offensive rebounds for Mindoro to get that second chance bucket.
And off of that putback by Kent Ariar, we're feeding the energy off of these Tamaraws. The lead is 5. The biggest deficit for them was 13. Estacio turns around. Too strong. Rebound JJ. Ariar is ahead. Bounce pass. Caspe gets it back. That's a clear foul.
Reversal of roles right here. Now Mindoro is trying to run on the other end. They're trying to put the ball up top as much as possible because they have that advantage. They are on an 8-0 run here.
So this is fresh off of the biggest lead. Mindoro with a quick response, while Neca will now check in for Jordan Rios. And Caspe will again shoot free throws. He actually shot a lot of free throws in that triple-double game of his. So he's quite familiar with that line. And he continues to convert. JJ Caspe is number 9 in the league among volume free throw shooters at 70%. He's at 100 so far in this game. 12, 5, and 4 to make it a 1-possession game. There you go.
It's been a game of runs here. We started the first quarter with a mini run by Mindoro, and then all of a sudden Marikina going all the way to double digits in the second quarter. Quick answer by Mindoro, but here can be a turnover on the production table.
Oh, that was quite a hit on our floor director. I think Boy's gonna be fine. 49-46. A minute to go before the end of 3. A miss by Caspe. Rebound to Evangelista. And here come the Shoemasters. Casajeros faking the feed. They're unable to convert.
Good recovery by Mindoro. After the miss by Caspe, all the blue shirts were running down to try and get that stop. and they will be successful. And there you go.
There's Tick Boy, our floor director, by the way. He's bleeding, by the way. Get well soon, Tick.
Meron po tayong injury report, and maybe Megan can try and get a report on Tick with the bleeding he's having.
Backdoor action. These Tamaros are feeling it in the third frame.
They're trying to make their system very, very simple. Look for the guy that has the biggest height advantage, put it on the post, attack, and try to go for that offensive rebound if it gets into a miss. And so far, it's been working perfectly para dito sa Mindoro because they've been getting a lot of inside baskets. And I think that is why Marikina will be forced to put back their bigs in Pili and also Ujan.
Brad Mecca missed his first free throw though. I asked him dun sa experience mo with Dwight Howard, Quinn Cook, DeMarcus Cousins, what stood out the most? At nabigyan daw siya ni Dwight Howard as he tried to contest him for a rebound. Nabagsakan ng kanyang left arm at nahirapan daw siyang maiangat yun for 3 days. But
I would be honored
yeah,
to have an elbow.
And that's how he feels, by the way. He's so proud of that moment na nasaktan siya ng isang former NBA player. Scoring run is 11-0 in favor of Mindoro. 30 seconds to go before the end of the third. Evangelista waiting for his teammates. They're up by 2 points. The biggest lead was 13. Eric Pili. Back to Evangelista, who now shoots, and that's a 3.
It's a good way for them to extend this lead here in the third quarter. No closeout, no defense, no respect, and Evangelista shows that I have this three-pointer extending the lead to 5.
That was his first shot attempt. First 3 points in this game for Gamaliel Evangelista for these Marikina Shoemasters. That will extend the lead back up to 5 points. You have 11 seconds remaining before the end of the third. Another timeout. As much as we've argued that Mindoro's schedule will be easy, it's the opposite for Coach Rizal Castro. They will take on Parañaque, Pasay, and Rizal for their next 3 games. So this is game number 21 for Marikina. They have 7 left. And of those 7, only one team has a losing record, and it's Valenzuela. Valenzuela, its record is actually near 500. So we can also, or some people might consider them as a team that's just up there with our winning squads. Now, there's no conversion to end the third quarter, not even a shot attempt for the Shoemasters. And Coach Rizal Castro is not too happy about it. Our third quarter tally is 52-47. Check that, it was no attempt for Mindoro, much to the dismay of Coach J.R. Kawaling. And there you see the numbers of Eric Pili. 7 in the third, doubling his output in the first half. He also has 4 rebounds, 4 dimes, and 2 steals. These highlights of the game are brought to you by Sip Plus, the official hydration partner of the MPBL. Elevate your hydration.
Eric Pili has been very huge in the third quarter, especially after them getting to a double-digit lead with 12 at 49 and 37. But a very good answer by Mindoro to end the third quarter for them to be able to cut this into 5.
52-47. Our third quarter score is brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. Presenting our Suzuki muscular and sporty fan of the game, just like the Avenus, do more and achieve more with a muscular and sporty scooter from Suzuki, the Avenus. Oras na para magmotor. We have our fans reacting to this lady who's being shown at the LED screen inside the Cuneta Astrodome. We do thank you for joining us. This is Mix Gomez at your service alongside Juanito Gregorio and Megan Cabrera. Mindoro is down by 5 points as they try to get their third straight victory, while Marikina is looking to snap its 2-game skid. We're seeing our quarter scoring.
Very high scoring third quarter. Slowly but surely, pangat ng pangat ang ating points total. 17-7, 10-17. And in the third quarter, both teams really showed out in their offense. An inside-outside battle we are having in the third.
And you'd be happy to see that trajectory if you're Mindoro. Paangat ang paangat. Question is, can they be consistent with that pace as Eric Pili was fouled?
Well, this is where they struggle. When Marikina is playing tall, they really cannot go inside itong Mindoro. So I want to see what adjustment they have when Marikina is playing a little bit taller.
Eric Pili is quite a sizable guard forward himself. And Jordan Santa Ana is with him on the floor. Jetro Escoto, Gama Evangelista, and Jexter Tolentino. Tolentino, by the way, hasn't seen much action in this game. Only 4 minutes of play. There you see the family of Eric Pili. Daddy Roderick is at the right. Again, he's the one who has helped him out in terms of bringing back the love for basketball. Speaking of love, Eric Pili found himself reading a lot during the pandemic. And his favorite book is 8 Rules of Love. There you go. He has applied the self-love lesson onto himself. And here he is looking good in the MPBL as Mindoro was able to score. It's 54-51. It's a charge.
Obvious charge. That is a little miscommunication on the ball handler and the screener. Jordan Santa Ana already moving without the setting of the ball of the screener. So that is a good call by our referees. Let's watch that again. Gamang Evangelista running into the face of JJ Caspe. It's a hard hit on the shoulder.
Caspe took some time on the floor as he was shaken up. He's good to go. He's been very important for Mindoro in this game as their point guard, especially with Tete Teodoro down at the sideline. There you see Sadel Tupas joining our VIPs. Rudy Distrito and Emer Oreta. Well, Sadel technically is a VIP as well. He's not just an anchor, by the way. He also works behind the scenes.
VVIP yan, si Sidel.
Very VIP.
Very important person.
54-51. Brian Mecca onto Balong Marquez going left. Tough shot. No good. Mecca looking like Jordan Rios out there.
Second chance opportunity is the name of the game para dito sa Mindoro. That is what gave them this big run. And don't look now, they're only down 1 here in the fourth.
We've seen 13 second chance points for the Tamaraos compared to the 4 of Marikina. Eric Pili giving it up to Jetro Escoto. 9 on the shot clock. Pili, he pulls up. No good. And a chance for Mindoro to get the lead. JJ Caspe. Screen by Ariar. Caspe down the middle. Hook shot. No bounce.
And that's a really good shot para JJ Caspe, wide open on that middle lane.
Tapos sa kabila, Jetro Escoto pulls up. No good.
Not much execution being played by both teams. They're trying to shoot early into their offenses, trying to go for the first option possible.
Mindoro back with its triangle. Reyes working with Balong Marquez. 8 on the shot clock. Marquez going to Kit Ariar for 3. That's good. Mindoro now has the lead.
Huge 3 para dito kay Kit Ariar.
Marina Alegra is watching intently at the sideline. Gama Evangelista answers back from the other end.
And that's still gonna be the problem para dito sa Mindoro. Automatically, either from a make or a miss, Marikina will be trying to outrun Mindoro. That's a quick answer. First lead in a long time, but Marikina quickly ties it in a matter of 5 seconds.
There's the 3-pointer by Kit Ariar, and then the answer by Gama Evangelista. That's why we have a deadlock at 56 as of this moment. Evangelista has 5 points in this game, all scored in the second half.
No minutes played even in the first half, and Gama Evangelista all of a sudden stepping up big time here in the second half.
He just missed his free throw. Caspi on the other end. Ariar, same shot. Different result. Rebound, Brian Mecca. Now back to JV De La Cruz. Inside, nice cut by Mecca.
The activity of Mecca has been huge here in the fourth quarter. Earlier, he got an offensive rebound for a second chance opportunity. Now he gets that offensive rebound and goes for that backdoor cut. 4 points to give them the lead para dito kay Bryle.
It's Evangelista, unable to score on the other end. Mindoro with some momentum.
And the energy of Bryle. Mecca making a change once again, getting that rebound right there.
Caspe going to De La Cruz. They swing it over. Sombero back to JV. 10 on the shot clock. Sombero as the roller. No foul, no basket. Forward pass. And this is going to be another breakaway for Eric Pili.
It's a good stop by Gama Evangelista. Clean defense. Just putting up his hands right there. Making the stop. Oh, there's a steal by Jetro Escoto.
Escoto, napaganda pa. It's basket and one.
That was a one-man press para dito kay Jetro Escoto. Just perfect timing on the passing lane. Getting that steal, getting the foul, getting the free throw.
It's the 8th steal in this game for these Marikina Shoemasters. Again, they average 11. Number 1 in the league in that category. But most of the steals came in the first frame. Things have normalized for these two squads. As per Jetro Escoto, that was his first steal. He has 6 points so far. The distraction did not work from the crowd. Jetro able to convert. 61-58.
Very quick answers para dito sa Marikina. Every time Mindoro gets the lead, not even a few seconds in, and they're able to get the lead right back.
It's another steal. Escoto unable to score. Rebound Ariar. De La Cruz had to ask for it. Cross court he goes. JJ Caspe. Screened by Jetro. Caspe spins and feeds. Ariar again. Way off this time. It's an air ball.
He seems to be loving that spot, but the last two shots just has been a miss para dito kay Kit Ariar. But I love that he looked at the coaching staff, said sorry. Coach JR said, hindi, itira mo. And that is the trust they're putting with Kit Ariar to shoot that open three.
Kit Ariar is now 1 out of 3 from downtown. So that's all of his attempts. Almost from the same angle in this game. Mong Basco on the other end. A good look and the conversion.
No, Mong Basco has been huge. He has 3 3-pointers for a total of 11 points here in this ball game, but none bigger than the 3 off that pick and pop for Mong Basco.
It's the usual play for these Marikina Shoemasters. Watch out for the big man popping out. And that extends the lead to 6 points, 64-58. You did mention quick answers from Marikina. They continue to do so. Mong Basco versus Davao Occidental almost had a double-double, 10 points and 9 rebounds. He has stepped up once more in this game for these Marikina Shoemasters, even reaching double figures.
11 points, 5 rebounds here in this ball game, but that 3 will extend this to a 2-possession ball game, the last 5 and 33. And Mong Basco once again making a huge difference here in the ball game.
Back with Mindoro, Lester Reyes. Pinapalabas si JV De La Cruz. Instead, they go to JJ Caspe, who's fouled by Landayan. Will that count? Referee Benjo Estroga said it's down on the floor, but it can be reviewed. So it will be. No challenge needed. Well, there wasn't any dribble anymore for JJ Caspe.
That's going to be huge because this can make or break the ball game. They've been struggling on that half-court setup when Marikina is playing big. So here, they're trying to get as much as possible. As you see, Coach Jens Nutel, medyo pati siya, napapagod sa ball game. May tuwalya na rin si Coach Jens.
Feeling ko, ready na maglaro ulit yan dito sa MPBL. Silang dalawa ni JR Kawale.
They're still young. They still have the skill. They still have the body.
And again, if Ken Bono is still playing, so can they, as this basket will count apparently. It's 2+1 for JJ Caspe.
It's a good review and a good count. Obviously, a continuation para dito kay JJ Caspe.
15, 6, and 4 are his numbers. Caspe hasn't missed from the line, and he continues to be perfect. 10 out of 10. Back to a one-possession game. Let's go to Megan.
Migs, just an update on Tay Teodoro. Initially, ankle sprain nga ang tinawag sa kanya, but upon further physical examination, it was actually a hit to the calf muscle that he took. Now, 10 out of 10 nga daw ang pain. Sabi niya, para daw nahati yung calf muscle niya. So, for further medical assessment pa siya. Migs and Coach Juanito.
He was holding on to that calf initially, but a 10 out of 10 is a big testament, by the way.
And for someone like Tay Teodoro, who has been a staple in basketball, and he knows already about the injuries.
Good thing is, Mindoro is only down by 1 here off of that conversion, 64-63, under 5 minutes to go. Escoto escapes, Escoto will score.
And that is all due to the screen set by Marlon Basco. They were able, they wanted to try and respect and maybe close out on Mong Basco. That gave an open lane para dito kay Jetro Escoto.
It still is a one-possession game. Jetro Sombero onto JV De La Cruz, bounce pass, it's a kick ball.
No easy pick and roll action para dito sa Mindoro. They've been wanting to do that, but still no success.
This play of the game is brought to you by Suzuki. Nice feed at Brian Mecco. Has been big time, by the way, for these Mindoro Tamaraos. On his second game back, he has 5 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 dimes. As Caspe just scored for Mindoro. JJ's up to 18. More importantly, Caspe, I thought he had the best plus-minus. I saw the wrong stat. It's Lester Reyes who has the best plus-minus for them, as Ajaru Jan just converted with a three-pointer.
Finally, a basket off a jumper para dito kay Ajar. He's been 0 out of 4 from that line. But finally, something gets going para dito kay Ajar.
69-65. 8 on the shot clock. Caspe fires. There's the answer.
This is a terrific ball game we are having right here. A defensive first half. Then all of a sudden, in the second half, it's a battle of the offenses.
And a steal. Brian Mecca goes all the way. Defense to offense.
Now the question is for Mindoro, how do you stop Marikina? Every time they get the lead, they are not able to stay with the lead. But here, they have to be able to make stops for them to be able to end with a win.
Right on cue. There's a foul called on JV De La Cruz. Let's see the steal by Brian Mecca. Last time that we saw him in the MPBL, he was still under Coach Tantan Banal in the Rizal Golden Coolers. Pesky, as per usual, having teamed up with the JJ Pidos and the Michael Aris of the world. But there is JJ Caspe reaching 21 points in this game. That was Caspe's second, or the first three-pointer for JJ out of 2 tries. Escoto, 9 on the shot clock. 70-69, the lob to Mong Basco. He lost the ball and he saved it onto the wrong man. Under 3 minutes, JV De La Cruz, they're looking for the 3rd straight victory. Bagong mukha, bagong Mindoro. Can they keep at it? Step back for JJ. No good. Ooh, Billy went flying. That was a hard fall on his back. There's his father, Roderick. You can read it from his reaction that he knows about these types of falls as a former player himself. He used to play for Wellcoat before.
In the PBL?
I think so.
After that miss, where did that action happen? Oh, there. Nothing intentional.
Yeah, he just went flying. Can't really blame Jetro Sombero for it. But we just have to attend to Eric Pili as of this moment. We're calling on the medics. And Pili has been big time for Marikina. if you're a fan of the Shoemasters, you wouldn't want an injury that will sideline him for the next games as well. Pili has 18 points in this game. It's been his showdown with JJ Caspe, who has 21. It seems like the call is a pushing foul. Free throws for Eric Pili.
Now he's still on the floor. He's still very shaken up here. You see the Mindoro players also worried with that fall.
That's good sportsmanship, by the way, from Mindoro, tending on to Eric Pili. Again, it's not like there were bad intentions. Sombero will just take this personal foul. I wonder if he has to be stretchered out. He hasn't moved.
He's very shaken up. Don't see Eric Pili, but good thing he is being attended by his teammates. We're still waiting for the medic.
Okay, as we let everybody sort this one out, we'll take a break. So we got word from one of our referees that he heard na manhid daw yung likuran papunta dun sa left leg.
Yes, there's pain. There's pain.
Eric Pili. That's why he wasn't able to move. He's being stretchered out. Of course, we do wish him the best in terms of his recovery. Eric Pili, by the way, has been the best player in this game for the Marikina Shoot Masters.
He's been huge. He's been huge here in this ball game. He's already in double digits. He already has 18 points. Itong si Eric Pili, alongside 5 rebounds and 4 assists. He's been doing everything on the side of Marikina. The impact has been huge for Eric Pili.
This was the impactful fall for him. And you broke it down to me during our break. It's the tailbone.
Yeah, right on the tailbone. He was holding it right away. Nakagulat talaga, and that lower back is very, very sensitive.
Jomel Andayan shooting the free throws for Eric Pili. He converts on his first one. It's closeout time after all for Marikina and Mindoro. Coach Raisel Castro looking to get back into the winning column after losing in their last 2 games. Andayan converts. It's been a good day for Jomel as well. 10 points for him. JJ Caspe. Under 2.5 minutes. Caspe, bounce pass to Mecca, who's been big time off the bench. Lester Reyes giving it up to JV De La Cruz. 6 on the shot clock. JV's in trouble. They need somebody to create. Caspe attacks. Caspe leans in. That's a good look. Great patience.
What a beautiful fake by JJ Caspe. Not a lot of players will think of a fake in the last few seconds, but Caspe just has the geniuses.
These last 2 minutes are brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending. GameX. 72-71. Adzar Ujan giving it up. Santa Ana attacks. The feed, Landayan. Short. Rebound Adjar. And Ujan will give us that putback.
Good activity by Azar Ujan there. He saw where the ball was going to land, went to the right spot, got that offensive rebound. Now he puts the lead back to Marikina.
Escota's trying to deny JJ Caspe. He's been the star of Mindoro in this game. Caspe back at it with his 23 points, the leaner, and the miss.
Huge miss para dito kay JJ Caspe. The question is, who will Marikina go to here in the end game, as Pili will not be for them in the last 1 minute.
Jetro Escoto. 9 on the shot clock. Adzar Ujan. Almost a walk. No call. 5 on the shot clock. Santa Ana. Mong Basco. 2 seconds. Kuya Mong will miss. Rebound. Adzar Ujan. And there's a foul.
Oh, those offensive rebounds are big para dito kay Adzar Ujan. 2 offensive rebounds to give them a lot of second chance opportunities. And here they are in penalties, so 2 free throws will be given for Marikina.
Let's review the free throw shooting in this game. It's 11 out of 17 for the Shoot Masters compared to the 16 out of 18 of Mindoro. Adzar Ujan will be tested. This will be his first trip to the line. Let's turn you over to Megan.
Very quick update sa injury ni Eric Pili. Migs, he was actually taken out of the venue already. Tapos, ang sabi nga ng mga medics, dadalhin na siya sa nearest hospital just to get everything checked out. Migs and Coach Juanito.
Thank you, Megan. Get well soon. Eric Pili, now he's going to have to pray that his teammates would be able to hold on to their advantage. No conversion for Ujan. It's 74-72. Ariar gives it up to Mecca. Under 40 seconds remaining. It's JV De La Cruz, the finals MVP of the Polo team. Reyes onto Kint, 7 seconds. De La Cruz, nice feed. Ariar, no foul, no basket. Another try. De La Cruz will miss again.
Sorry, misses para dito sa Mindoro. Those are all easy shots, but good recovery on the defensive end for Marikina.
Nandayan now has been fouled, so it's his turn to shoot free throws. Nandayan is 2 out of 3 from the line so far with 10 points and 4 steals to his name.
Coach J.R. Kawaling pointing it out to the corner. Someone was wide open, but they were not able to locate that corner 3. Could have been a good option because whoever was on the corner was wide open.
First free throw is good for Landayan. He has a chance to make it a 2-possession game here in Pasay. Again, this is on the birthday of Coach J.R. Kawaling. Mindoro will have to step up in these last 14 seconds.
No timeouts will be called by Mindoro here.
Ariar inbounds. He will get it back. They swing it over. Mecca. De La Cruz. A 3. No good. And that could do it. The Mindoro Tamaraos' winning streak would come to an end. And Marikina will get back into the winning column.
And that will be the weakness of Mindoro right here. The running game of Marikina just too much para dito sa Tamaraos. And what a game plan by the whole Marikina team. Everybody putting in the heart, everybody putting in the effort. A well-deserved victory for the Shoemasters.
It started with them running in the first quarter, forcing 7 turnovers to these Tamaraos. And as much as we have argued that the journey would be relatively easier for Mindoro moving forward, this obviously sets them back. A defeat against Mindoro.
This will be very crucial because this will put them 5 games behind the number 8, the Negros Muscovado. So moving forward, every game is much more important para dito sa Tamaraos.
Our best player of the game brought to you by Daily Fantasy. Dito sa Daily Fantasy, hawak mo ang laro is Eric Pili, by the way. And we also will present to you our highlights of the game. We had to choose Eric Pili because of his consistent play. So even though he won't be able to finish out this matchup, it still is big recognition to him.
Of course, the total impact of Eric Pili was just too huge for us not to pick him as the best player of the ball game. He was the one that really gave them a good run in the third quarter with that 7 points. But in the whole ball game, he's been consistent both offensively and defensively, and a well-deserved win para dito sa Marikina Shoemasters. Well-deserving of the best player is Eric Pili.
Again, Pili fell down hard on his tailbone. That's why he was sent to the hospital. Get well soon, Eric. This final score is brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. This is only the first game for our MPBL Thursday. Up next, we will present to you the Manila SV Batang Sampaloc SGA. Looking to get back into the winning column after losing to Mindoro. They will take on the Negros Muscovados, who are near 500 in the South Division. They're at 11 and 12, but they have won in their last 2 games. Renz Palma has been big time for them. Can he step up against Greg Slaughter and company? We will find out. Thank you for joining us for our first game. For Megan Cabrera and Juanito Gregorio, my name is Mix Gomez at magbabalik ko po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.